Hey folks, welcome to eCommerce 360. Today we have Aaron, the co-founder and president of Lifeaidbev. Lifeaid is a leading manufacturer of premium, healthy, and convenient nutritional products designed to boost performance. Hey Aaron, welcome to the show.
Hi Rob, thanks for having me on.
So Aaron, let's start from the beginning. Let's start with a bit of a backstory, which is super interesting, but I want to hear it from you.
Sure. Yeah. Lifeaid, we're a very clean, nutritious beverage company. We started 10 years ago, really out of ignorance and passion. My business partner, Orion, and myself had no beverage background whatsoever. I was a sports chiropractor who's a certified financial planner. And we really saw a need in the marketplace to combine the cool, sexy, hip factor of the energy drinks at the time with the emerging, more hippy dippy but health conscious brands like some of the kombuchas and coconut waters that were just hitting the market. So we decided to create Lifeaid, really the very first beverage company to focus on being function forward instead of flavor forward. And the first beverage company to start with an e-com only. We only sold online, direct to consumer, direct to gym for the first 5 years of our existence. Now it's kind of the cool thing to do, but back then nobody was doing it.
So Aaron, that's a fascinating story. So neither you nor your co-founder had any sort of marketing background or any sort of e-commerce experience. So from the time of inception of this idea till growth today, what are the decisions that you had to take to overcome the challenges, and what sort of trials and tribulations did you go through?
Oh, so many. I think, most entrepreneurs can relate when you're first starting out, especially if you're bootstrapping, you're filling every role from sales and marketing to logistics and figuring out co-packing and manufacturing to taking out the trash, doing everything. And it's only when you hit a certain scale and things literally start to break that you go, oh God, you start hiring out of desperation. And hiring out of desperation is never a good place to be hiring from, because the first resume that comes across your desk, you say, oh, they check all the boxes, let's go ahead and bring them on the team. And it's really the exact opposite thing that you should do. You should always hire with a really patient mindset, because you want to make sure you're finding the right cultural fit, the right person that's aligned, has proper alignment with the overall vision of the company. And so I think some of the early hires we did make some mistakes and didn't have the right people on the team, and it took a little while to course correct.
So from inception till now, I'm sure the social platform or the social media channels have exploded basically in terms of sports and nutrition. So how did you start adopting your brand to the new social media challenges? Like, for example, now TikTok is a new thing, right? So a couple of years back, Instagram Shop was the new stuff. So how do you keep pivoting? It's not a complete hard pivot, but how do you keep soft pivoting to cater to your social media audience?
Well, you have to know who your customer is. And so as anyone in e-com knows that does any advertising on social platforms, it's very predictable let's just look at age demo, for example, which age groups are going to be on which platforms. My parents' generation is more, Facebook oriented. People in my generation, Gen X is going to be more Instagram. Gen Z is going to be more Snap, and my kids are all on TikTok. So, you can kind of figure out, so knowing who your target audience is really helps drive where you need to be spending ad dollars. For us, we're constantly testing new platforms, seeing if it resonates, seeing if our audience is there, and iterating. We happened to start 10 years ago, right when Instagram was getting popular and right when CrossFit was getting popular. And those were two movements that we really planted our flag with, and were able to grow as those platforms grew.
And right now, again, you will be moving to TikTok and you'll be adopting your brand strategies for your customers or for your audience across TikTok. That's great. So for a brand like Lifeaid, I'm assuming, a sizable chunk of your revenue must be coming from repeat customers. So how do you go about ensuring that you have repeat sales? And what are the strategies that you have in place? Do you have some sort of subscription, or do you have some sort of post-checkout engagement strategies?
Yeah, great question. Absolutely. I mean, most people know it's about 5 times less expensive to maintain a current customer than it is to attract a new one. So repeat purchase is a huge part of our business. Currently we have about 80% of our purchases off of our website are from continuity, are from subscribers. So really working to nurture our audience towards subscription is a massive goal of ours, and really is the end goal for a customer once we get them into our funnel. And nurturing that and making sure that we continue to provide more value than what we're charging. It's a very simple formula, but at the end of the day, if you're providing more value than people are paying monetarily, they're going to stick with you.
Absolutely. And talking about funnels, do you have any favorite tools that you use? What is your tech stack look like?
Yeah, I mean, we're on a Magento platform, and so everything's built around that. And we don't use Shopify because we have a lot of customization, because we do a direct to a B2B platform as well as a B2C, which Shopify doesn't do as good of a job with. But as far as tech tools, look, I think one of the best tools for not only converting new customers, but getting buy-in from your existing and getting them to stick is having reputable review sources. So we switched over to Trustpilot several years ago, and they've been a great addition to our offerings to really give that our community and our potential community confidence that when they see thousands of Trustpilot reviews at 4.8 or greater, that they're dealing with a reputable company and they feel comfortable buying directly off our website versus just going to Amazon or someone like that.
Absolutely. That's great. So talking about tools, we need to talk about metrics next, right? So what kind of metrics do you measure in order to determine the progress that you're making? Is it, of course, overall it's going to be the ROI, but is there any other metric that you track that give you some sort of incremental value that you're adding to your business?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every department has their own OKRs and KPIs based metrics that they're looking at. So it depends on the department. If you're looking at our customer success department, we're looking at Trustpilot scores. We're looking at CSAT ratings. We're looking at one ticket resolution, meaning they're predicting what the issues are, and they're not having to go have a lot of back and forth. They're able to resolve the issue, the customer's issues or inquiry, in one response. If you look at our digital marketing side of things, of course, we're looking at CAC costs, we're looking at lifetime value, we're looking at average order value, and all of these type of metrics to make sure that we're staying within tolerance. So it really depends on what department, but every department is very driven by KPIs.
That's amazing. And to wrap up, I would like you to let us know what you think are the future trend of e-commerce, especially in the space that you are in, sports and nutrition. I know it's getting super crowded and there are so many influencers who are jumping onto the game. What are your thoughts on the future trends, and is Lifeaidbev loaded and ready?
Absolutely, we're always ready. We were pretty early to the market with being function forward. Now you've got a lot of companies that are very function forward. Look, the market is moving towards more and more customization, personalization for the consumer. I think, the macro trends, we're not going to have to be, searching for individual products anymore. There will be our history and our cookies will be giving us real-time recommendations already in accordance with our flavor profiles, our taste profiles, our style profiles, whatever it is. Absolutely. And be giving us very customized search results based on what they know we are already going to like. From food and beverage perspective, the space that we're in, from CPG, look, there's still a lot of companies out there that are selling you products that are 2 servings per container when everyone knows you drank the whole thing in one sitting, so they can make the sugar levels look lower. They're still using aspartame and sucralose, which are neurotoxic. They're horrible for your gut health. There's still companies that are using 40, 45 grams of sugar and all this. So all of that stuff is changing. Like, we are going to have better for you products that are ubiquitous, that are clean, low sugar, transparent in their labeling, and still taste spectacular. That's the
Awesome. Amazing. So yeah, increasing or improving the value of the product that you're going to giving up to your customers. That's great. Thank you so much, Aaron, for coming on our show and leaving us with a lot of insights there. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.